Over 10 years, I watched Karina go from playing small roles to winning Best Actress. The night of her win, after the celebration party, I planned to break up with her. But that night, she didn't come home. The next day, headlines were buzzing with news about the new Best Actress spending the night at a hotel with a mysterious man. I decided to break up quietly. I packed my bags and left the city. 2 months later, she called me. "Victor, I've got a bad headache. I want your hangover tea." A stranger's voice replied coldly, "Karina, please don't disturb my husband. Go ask your new guy for hangover tea." At the celebration party, people around me were praising me. Someone said, "Victor saw the long game, stuck with Karina from high school. Now she's a star." Everyone knew Karina loved Victor. They thought I'd soon rise to the top and become a boss. "Victor, ask for more shares while Karina still loves you. Otherwise, you'll lose both the girl and the money." That shut everyone up, leaving a tense silence. I clenched my palm, looking at David who had spoken. Everybody knew his history with Lily. Childhood sweethearts married right after college, only for her to have affair rumors within 6 months. Their love story turned into a joke. He went crazy, but Lily only hid her affairs for a little while before stopping altogether. David's eyes settled mockingly somewhere in the room. Following his gaze, I saw Karina, smiling and holding a champagne glass, listening to a man talk. She laughed softly at something he said, her eyes suddenly tender. I knew that man too well, Jason, her junior in the company. Karina stood next to Jason in a simple white dress, and though they kept their distance, they looked like a perfect couple. If I hadn't been Karina's boyfriend for 10 years, I'd also think they were a perfect match. Jason caught my gaze, smirked, and turned his back on me to talk to Karina. She glanced at me with indifferent eyes as if I were a stranger. That look confirmed it for me. Karina didn't love me anymore. I planned to break up with her after the party. Coming out of the bathroom, the crowd had dispersed. Karina was nowhere to be seen. Her calls went unanswered and my texts unread. In the bathroom, I'd overheard, "Did Karina break up with Victor?" "Not yet, but it's soon. Didn't you see Jason whining about being scared to go back alone? And Karina agreed to go with him?" It was 11:30 p.m. The streets empty. I laughed to myself and asked the driver to take me home. The house was dark and empty. I felt an overwhelming fatigue, stumbled to the living room, and collapsed onto the sofa. In a daze, a memory flashed. 18-year-old Karina napping beside the window in class while I struggled with a math problem. Blinding sunlight made it hard to see, but suddenly it vanished. When I looked up, there were her slender hands holding a book to block the light. "Victor, feeling touched?" she asked, waving her hands mischievously. I dreamed again of after finals, when Karina stopped me, her ears flushed but pretending to be calm. "Victor, I like you. If you're my boyfriend, I'll always be good to you, never leaving." I asked what if she wasn't good to me anymore, and I remember her earnest response. "If that day ever comes, you should leave me. That's the cruelest punishment." I thought I heard my phone ring. I picked it up without thinking, "Karina, you've changed. I don't want you anymore." I hung up before hearing a response and fell back asleep. The next morning, a call woke me. "Karina didn't come home last night?" a friend asked angrily. Confused, I reached beside me, only to find cold emptiness. "What's up?" I asked raspily, feeling unusually worn out. My friend paused, then asked carefully, "Did you see the news?" Sensing something about Karina and me, I ended the call softly and checked the news. There it was, videos and pictures of Karina with a mysterious man at a hotel. Karina clearly visible, wrapped in a black suit jacket in Jason's arms. The video showed him picking her up bridal style, entering the hotel. They emerged at 8 a.m., changed, leaving one after the other. I gripped my phone tightly until my knuckles turned white. I heard the sound of a password being entered outside. Karina came in, shrugging off the familiar jacket, revealing the same white dress. She finally looked at me. "Victor, something came up last night," she started, but I threw my phone, interrupting her. She picked it up and froze, staring at a photo of Jason carrying her. If you believe it or not, we didn't do anything. He got too drunk to go home alone. I drank too, so I put him in a hotel room. While he talked about our struggles over the last 3 years, I fell asleep. She clenched her jaw. Not a word about hugs. I chuckled to myself. I trust it. Karina was about to say something more, but I stopped her. Her lips pressed tightly together. She finally spoke after a pause. As long as you believe, Victor. I'm so tired. This industry is what it is. Don't go losing your mind like Lily's husband. I stood up, moved closer, and stared coldly at the hickey on her collarbone. Karina, if you don't want me turning out like Lily's husband, then let's break up. Karina frowned. Her lips pressed into a straight line. She stared directly at me, then suddenly laughed. Victor, I just won Best Actress. There's going to be a lot of gossip. Will you threaten me with breakup every time? Even though I knew she wasn't the 18-year-old Karina anymore, my heart ached, stinging and suffocating. I smiled wryly. If you think it's a threat, let's try and see what happens. Don't worry, after the breakup, I'll be an ex you can count on. I won't care who you're with. Without looking at her, I started packing. I didn't need to take much, just the essentials. But leaving everything might seem like I'm playing hard to get. So I decided to pack it all up and throw it away. While I was packing, Karina got a call and left. I left her a note, saying the apartment was hers. We bought it together and I covered most of it, but I'm grateful she pitched in when I was short on cash. I hope it gives her a home. After sorting everything out, I booked a flight for the evening and headed home. After graduation, Karina wanted to sign with an entertainment company and asked me to join her. I agreed without hesitation. The only reason I stayed was her, and now that we've broken up, there's no reason to stay. When I got home, my parents didn't say much, just patted my shoulder, their eyes a bit teary. It's good to have you back. Everything at home was the same. My room was just like it had been 3 years ago. It felt like time had rewound, and I was wrapped in long-lost warmth. When my sister heard I was back, she rushed home from school. The next day, she said there was a gathering with her girlfriends who all wanted me to come along. I thought about it. I knew them all. Some had practically grown up at our house, calling me Big Brother. So I agreed. They weren't the least bit shy when they saw me. Big Brother's back. Great, we have someone to watch over us. Big Brother, are you staying this time? No one's taken us to the amusement park since you left. Big Brother, I have a cousin, a PhD, really pretty and outgoing. Should I introduce you to? Hey, who just kicked me? She looked around, but no one paid her any mind, all trying hard not to laugh, except Selena. Selena's eyes, which met mine, were full of complex emotions. My sister gently cleared her throat beside me, as if bringing Selena back. Victor, welcome home, Selena said, her voice soft and silky, sweeping through me like a feather, leaving a tingling warmth. I could feel my cheeks burning, completely out of control. Maybe it was the alcohol, but watching Selena, blushing from the drinks, she seemed quite delicate and inviting. She rested her cheek on her palm, gazing at me with an unreadable expression that stirred something unnamed within me. Snapping back to reality, I shook my head, trying to clear my thoughts. As the night wound down, my sister got a call. Something happened to a student at her school, and she had to rush back. She asked me to make sure everyone got home safe. I was going to do that anyway. They're just young girls. I wouldn't feel right leaving them alone out there. I hired a driver to take them all home. Eventually, it was just Selena and me left in the car. It hadn't been obvious earlier with everyone around. But now, in this closed space, I was enveloped in her unique scent. My throat felt tight. As we neared her place, Selena suddenly asked, Victor, why were you staring at me all night? I nearly choked on my own spit. Nowadays, these kids talk so bluntly. I didn't answer. She lowered her eyes, looking a bit sad. Seeing her so downcast, my heart ached sharply. Selena, I just broke up. She paused, then blushed deeply. I found it funny, clearly. She was still naive with her thin skin. So what? She countered. Who said you can't date just because you broke up? For you, it was just a breakup. For me, it's a 10-year wish. When she said that, she seemed lighter. The darkness inside and outside the car created a surreal feeling, as if fleeing reality. Maybe it was her comforting scent or the lingering effects of drinks. By the time I realized we were kissing, the rapid breaths tangled, indistinguishable between hers and mine. She was dazed from the kiss and let out an unsteady sound, seeking an end to our heated exchange. But I held her head firmly. Our breaths and heartbeats filled the dark, consuming my restraint. Finally, something inside me snapped. "Selena, you can still back out now," I murmured. But she wrapped her arms tightly around me, burying her face against my chest, whispering breathlessly, "Whoever backs out is a coward." Her words made me laugh, deep and with trembling shoulders. She nudged me and asked, "Hey, how long are you going to laugh?" I looked her in the eyes, barked twice like a puppy. She instantly understood what I implied, and her face turned a shade of red in an instant. In the days following, I didn't see Selena. Remembering dropping her home last time, she said she'd wait, no matter how long, but hoped I wouldn't make her wait too long, as she'd already waited 10 years. I know 10 years are precious for any girl. I have to take responsibility since I kissed her. Though we haven't met again, we've been in touch constantly. We chat regularly, morning, noon, and night. Whenever there's good food, we order takeout for each other. If there's no delivery, we buy it and have someone send it over. As a guy, I can't just let a girl keep giving without giving back. I know she likes roses, so I sent different varieties for a few days, hoping they'd make her happy. When my sister found out it was her, she stayed silent for a while. Then she told me that Selena has liked me since she first came to our house. But I was already with Karina then. Selena kept that feeling buried, never really hiding it away, but it never disappeared either. Over these 10 years, Selena hasn't dated anyone. My sister thought she was waiting for me, though Selena always said she wasn't waiting on purpose, just hadn't met the right one. My sis said when someone has liked someone for too long, getting them means they can't bear losing them. She told me not to hurt her, to be clear even if I didn't love her. I know, even without my sister saying it, that Selena is different from Karina. Her words are deep and restrained, never seeking anything in return. If we end up together, I want her to have all of me. A couple of days later, just after I ordered a bouquet of blue roses for Selena, I got a friend's call. "Victor, you've been home a while. When are you coming back?" I thought it was odd since this friend is mainly Karina's friend, and we never talk privately. Still, I answered politely, "I probably won't go back." "What's up?" "Oh, nothing. It's just that lately at gatherings Karina comes alone, and we haven't seen you in a while, so we were just asking. Also, isn't your company there? Can you be away for so long?" Hearing that, I realized Karina probably didn't want to call me herself and got someone else to check on me. I broke up with Karina. She should have told you guys. Please don't contact me anymore. At a private club, Karina heard my familiar voice over the phone, different from the cold attitude she was used to. It reminded her that before dating, Victor was always decisive and detached. Her friends around her watched her face carefully. "Karina, why don't you call Victor? He loves you so much, and would be happy to hear from you." Karina put down her glass and snapped. "Just because I went to a hotel with Jason, he broke up. Jason is my junior. We have so many chances to be together after debut. Maybe even form a group, but he gets worked up every time. Who can deal with that? Break up then. Let's see who can handle it." With that, she stormed out, leaving everyone behind exchanging glances and sighs, seeing the helplessness in each other's eyes. When Selena called, I was drawing comics. I've loved drawing since I was a kid. My parents even signed me up for art classes, Chinese painting, oil painting, sketching, but I love comics the most. After graduation, I didn't get a job. I became a full-time comic artist, serializing the love story of me and Karina, even signed with a publisher. After Karina and I broke up, I hadn't updated in a long while. The fans were eager for more. Every story needs an ending. No matter what it is, I owe that to my fans. "Victor, let's go get some crab roe noodles." After a day of work, just hearing that got me excited. Plus, after chatting with Selena online daily, I kinda missed her. That place you took me and my friends to, It has the best crab roe noodles. Hearing that, I smiled and nodded. Okay, let's go get some. Come pick me up. Alright. When I saw Selena, the busy day seemed to melt away into calm. Today, her shoulder-length hair was in a bun, so youthful and cute. Hopping towards me like a little bunny, my heart skipped a beat. The crab roe noodle place was packed, so I let her sit, got her some sour plum juice, and went to stand in line. With her pretty face and youthful vibe, sitting there alone got her loads of glances from guys. Some even dared to ask for her contact information. She pointed in my direction, and I didn't know what she told them, but I saw them back off after seeing me. As I brought the noodles back, I asked what she said. She leaned her head on her hand, smiling slyly with a twinkle in her eyes. I told them I've got a boyfriend who's pretty awesome and wouldn't let me add any guys on contact information, or I'd be in trouble. Watching her casual gestures and hearing what she hinted at, it felt like a big stone had hit a calm lake in my heart, sending ripples over and over. At a private club, Karina was drinking with her friends. Suddenly, someone exclaimed, "Isn't that Victor?" Karina looked up quickly when a friend showed something on their phone, seemingly confirming something. After seeing the content, the person glanced at Karina, staying silent. "Hand it over." The friend, not daring to upset Karina, gave her the phone. It was a photo sent by someone showing a guy who looked like Victor. Karina stared at the photo. Even if he were dust, she'd recognize him. He was eating crab roe noodles, smiling with eyes exactly like his, and the tear mole by his eye was unmistakable. "Karina, a photo means nothing. We all know Victor barely has any female friends. It's only been you these years." "Yeah, Karina, it could be a classmate Victor met for a meal." Karina suddenly threw the phone on the floor, shattering it into pieces. Her friends immediately went quiet. While other people might not know, Karina knew that girl liked Victor. During a summer break, when Victor took her home to play games, she met her. The way that girl looked at Victor was the same as her gaze at him. That woman's instinct was crystal clear. But back then, Victor was entirely about her, and she was confident no one loved Victor like she did. So she didn't care. Karina still remembers the day Victor decided to come here with her. She got a call from someone who called herself Selena, basically telling her to treat Victor well and make him happy. If not, she'd do everything to make Karina lose Victor. Karina wondered if she wasn't treating Victor right. She worked hard in the entertainment industry, dealing with all kinds of situations, so that their future life would be better, and Victor wouldn't have to bear all the burdens alone. She did everything she could to be successful. Now she's a popular actress. So why did he leave? I didn't know what happened. It's been unknowingly a month since I got back. My feelings for Selena grew stronger. Being with her, I understood what good love was. She made me emotionally stable, opened my heart, and made me more confident and curious about the world. My comic style even got more humorous and adorable, and I started a new story. Fans even DM'd me, "Is something good happening, teacher?" It was then that I realized even if Karina and I got married, I wouldn't be happy. In the 10 years we were together, the first 2 were genuinely happy. No pressure from grad school, no stress from job hunting, no life's burdens, and no misunderstandings from having friends of the opposite sex. But after graduating and moving to Beijing, she entered the entertainment world. A lot of guys appeared around her, one of them being Jason. The entertainment world is full of truths and lies, yet I believed in us. I didn't worry about him at first, until one day Karina stayed out late for work, and I went to pick her up. At the restaurant entrance, Karina was leaning against a tree, throwing up. As I was about to get out of the car, I saw Jason run over with water from a nearby store, supporting her. Strangely, I didn't get out. After she drank the water, she turned and hugged Jason tightly. I saw Jason stiffen, then slowly put his hand on her back, patting gently. Once doubts are planted, they bloom and are hard to erase. I began probing, finding clues, especially when Jason readily offered evidence. The second time was when I went to visit the set. Karina held out her drink to Jason. He took a sip, then she drank from it. Whatever Jason showed her on his phone made them laugh. She leaned into his chest, and he casually held her, like he'd done it countless times. No one around seemed surprised. I couldn't hold back and walked over. Karina saw me, smiled, and got up from Jason's chest to take my lunchbox. "Victor, it's great having you." I glanced at Jason and caught the flash of jealousy in his eyes. That night, I told Karina I wanted her to keep her distance from Jason. She was silent at first, then looked up at me. "Victor, Jason is just my junior. The company wants him to shadow me to learn, so he doesn't make the same mistakes after debut. I've been through hardships and don't want others to go through that." I said nothing and she got impatient. Fine, I'll talk to the company. Don't keep imagining things." But the next day, Jason found me, stirring his coffee slowly. "Victor, I like Ruyan. I'd delay my career for her, just to be with her. I'm waiting for the day she can't live without me. If you chase me away today, there will be others tomorrow. Can you chase everyone away? Deep down, from the moment you spoke, you've already lost." "Yes, indeed. Why else would I want her to send Jason away?" Returning home, I told Karina to just forget what I said yesterday. She seemed relieved, buried her head in my chest, and told me, maybe telling herself too, "Victor, I wouldn't do anything to hurt you." Thereafter, we started reducing social gatherings, got home earlier, and had more meals together. Yet we grew silent. The idea of breaking up was probably already there, just neither of us wanted to admit it. Selena invited me to hike, saying there's a hot spring resort at the top where we could soak at night. We parked at the base and walked up. Sadly, her fitness was poor. After 30 minutes, she was breathless. "Who said they could climb to the top?" She pouted and playfully hit my chest. I instinctively held her hand. Her hands were soft and warm, sending ripples through my heart. She stiffened momentarily, then firmly returned my grip. In the quiet of the mountain, we could clearly hear each other's heartbeat, our breaths intertwined with love. Taking breaks, we finally reached the top before nightfall. The private hot spring was unbelievably relaxing, making me sigh with comfort. Then I heard footsteps. I looked up, and there was Selena in a white swimsuit, her skin gleaming. Her smooth legs and soft glow were truly mesmerizing. It was quite a sight, so I quickly looked away to avoid looking like a fool. "Oh, silly." She laughed at my reaction. I turned back to stare into her eyes, bright like stars, completely enraptured. She gently kissed my eyelids, then my forehead, down my nose, across my lips, and to my ear. Her soft kisses left me weak-kneed. "Victor, love me." Without speaking, my hands found her waist, pulling her in closer. With my teasing touch, she let out a soft moan. In a second, I wrapped her up and carried her to the bedroom. After that, every memory was filled with warmth and intimacy. Even asleep, I hazily felt her slip something cool onto my finger. Then I hear her whisper softly in my ear, "Victor, I love you." In the middle of the night, my phone starts ringing. I mumbled something, and Selena covers my ears, saying softly, "Go back to sleep, don't worry about it." Selena saw the name on the phone, Karina, and let out a soft chuckle. She picked up the phone and left the bedroom, slowly answering the call. The moment the call connected, Karina's tipsy voice came through. "Victor, my head hurts. I want your hangover tea." But after she spoke, she didn't hear Victor's worried voice, only a girl's mocking tone. "Karina, please don't disturb my husband's sleep. Go ask your new fling for hangover tea." It's 1 a.m., and Victor's phone was answered by a girl. What does that tell you? It felt like a bucket of cold water had been poured right over Karina. She felt cold all over and found it hard to breathe. Her hands clenched into fists, trembling slightly with the effort. "Selena? It's me. I want to talk to Victor." Selena glanced back at the sleeping man in the room, her eyes softening into a gentle gaze. Even her voice became tender. "Victor's asleep. I'll tell him you called in the morning, but whether he calls back is up to him." After hanging up, she returned to the room, planting a gentle, controlled kiss on the sleeping man's lips. The next morning, instinctively, I pulled her closer by the waist and felt something cold with my fingers. I reached over and found a simple men's ring. Selena was snuggled in my arms and asked softly, "Victor, can I marry you?" Her body trembled slightly. The playful, cute girl from before was gone, but she tried to appear calm while looking straight at me. I was taken aback. This silly girl. "Silly girl, you're taking my job." She was stunned for a moment, then burst into laughter, clutching her side and silently accusing me of last night's shenanigans. "Who said only guys can propose? Girls can propose too." I laughed and nodded. Everything she said was true. I'd always wanted to marry Karina, but she insisted that we needed to be successful in our careers first. I promised I'd marry her when my comics took off, and she said on that day she'd marry me from the top of the entertainment world. I didn't say anything, just kept on drawing and patiently waited for her. Waited for her to win an award, only to find her heart turning towards Jason. The truth is, all I really wanted was to marry her. Even if my comics didn't blow up, I'd work hard to give her a good life. I didn't need her standing at the top. Karina didn't understand, but Selena did. Looking into her tear-filled yet smiling eyes, I made a silent promise. "Selena, I won't let you down. Let's walk into the future together." Selena was as happy as a kid who got a candy. She quickly got dressed and pulled me toward the mountain. I asked her where we were going. She said to meet the parents. I was panicked, pulling her back. I hadn't bought a gift, and shouldn't we plan this out? Selena's face dropped, like a kid whose candy got snatched away, looking all sad and pouty. My heart melted seeing her sad face. "Fine, let's meet them. Worst case, I'd get teased by my sister forever for letting my girl propose and meet the parents first." If I hadn't seen Karina at the house, I thought we'd never meet again. She was sitting on the couch, complaining to my parents about me with teary eyes. The moment I opened the door, her eyes lit up, but that light went out when she saw Selena behind me. My sister pulled Selena aside, saying, "You didn't need to bring anything, sis-in-law." She said it in a way directed at Karina. If it weren't for her, my sister would have teased us forever. Karina stood up, looking calm, as if nothing had happened, calling me by her special nickname, Victor. I nodded back at her like an old friend. "Long time no see. What do you need?" She stayed silent, eyes red. "I'm here to take you home." Honestly, it hurt a bit. Hurt that she waited till I moved on and was starting anew to regret it. "Karina, our 10 years eventually need an ending." I shook my head gently. "This is my home, Karina." "Victor, nothing happened between Jason and me. The marks on my neck were from him being sneaky. I've told the company to not have him around anymore. I'll have my junior sisters instead. We agreed that once I won an award, we'd get married." She took out a velvet box, carefully opening it to reveal a 10-carat diamond ring, the size of a pigeon's egg. That was the engagement ring I'd gotten, and she had found it. Her eyes were full of hope and begging, something I hadn't seen in Karina for a while. I felt even sadder. "Karina, we could have parted on good terms." I took a deep breath and showed her the ring on my finger. "I have a girlfriend now. If you hadn't come today, we'd be discussing our wedding plans." Selena walked over to me, holding my hand, silently giving me strength. Karina looked at our intertwined hands. Her eyes turned sharp as if they could pierce through us. "Victor, one last time, are you really giving up on me?" I shook my head. "Karina, I hope you find happiness." Suddenly, she threw the ring box to the floor. The pigeon-sized diamond smashed against the wall, shattering into pieces. "Victor, we've been together for 10 years. Does that mean nothing compared to your month with her? Is love so casual to you? Can you leave when you want and start with someone else when you feel like it? Do you think she doesn't have male friends? That no guys are interested in her? Once you're together, does that mean no other men? We've been together 10 years without marriage, and just 1 month in, you think you're ready? You're still so naive. If you don't change, tomorrow with her will just be today's story with me." I stayed silent, just gazing at her familiar yet strangely distant features. 28-year-old Karina and 18-year-old Karina seemed to overlap in front of my eyes, then drift apart, until they disappeared completely. My sister ran out and began to push her away. Karina fell to the ground, but she didn't seem to care. She didn't say a word, Her beautiful eyes were filled with an overwhelming sorrow that wouldn't dissipate. I knew she regretted it. Don't compare Selena to someone like you. Selena never once had a meal or a drink alone with a male friend during school, let alone went to a hotel with one. You were with my brother for 10 years. How many years did you make him sad? 3 years. A full 3 years. If you'd seen his sadness during those 3 years at any point, you two wouldn't have ended up like this. On the day you won the Best Actress award, Selena called him to wish him happiness. She said if he was happy, she'd completely let go. But what happened? My brother got drunk and said you treated him poorly. Selena wanted to rush to Beijing to find him. I was the one who stopped her. Do you realize the 10 years you had with him were the same 10 years someone else loved him desperately but couldn't have him? I stopped my sister, shaking my head at her. In that moment, I didn't even feel sad anymore. To me, Karina was now just a stranger. Karina, I'm apologizing on behalf of my sister. I hope you can forgive how she's protective of her brother. You should go. Don't come back. Karina just stood there quietly, her lips turning pale, eyes slowly closing. When she opened them again, they were bloodshot. Selena hooked her finger, and I turned my head to look at her. Her eyes had a bright sparkle, and she smiled with a glow. Her smile infected me, making the corners of my lips curl up involuntarily. In the moment Karina saw Victor and Selena smile at each other, she finally realized Victor no longer loved her. She never imagined being apart from Victor. He was the moonlight from her youth. She once dreamed of marrying Victor. When did it change? Was it because Victor didn't understand how tough it was for me in showbiz? Jason always showed up when I needed someone, talking with me, walking me home. The look in his eyes had a light that always made me pause. Was it each time we smoothly closed a deal with a production while entertaining clients together, making me question if someone outside the industry like Victor was really right for me? Was it when I drunkenly stumbled into Jason's arms? Was it when Victor asked me to cut Jason out, leaving me to hesitate? Was it when the company went public and I was scared of Victor bringing up marriage? I thought these moments of straying wouldn't affect our endgame. I thought as long as Victor didn't point it out, we could just go on pretending nothing was wrong. Victor knew everything. He was just waiting for the moment he decided to end it with me. On the day I married Selena, I got a text that said, "Wish you happiness and also I'm sorry." I knew it was Karina, but I felt nothing inside. I quickly deleted it, worried Selena would get jealous. After we got married, Selena and I traveled everywhere. She said we lost 10 years, so she'd make it up over the next few decades. Seeing her in that lace nightgown after a bath, I thought maybe I should hit the gym. That night, we saw the aurora. The vivid glow traveled through the universe to meet us here, just like Selena and I found each other after 10 years. That day, we found out we were expecting a baby. We planned to head to Switzerland after seeing the Northern Lights, but Selena suddenly felt ill, vomiting and all. I thought she'd gotten food poisoning and hurried her to the hospital. The doctor asked about her symptoms and suggested we visit the obstetrics department for a blood test. We both saw the surprise and disbelief in each other's eyes. Our plans fell through, and we went back home to focus on the pregnancy. 9 months later, Selena gave birth to a little princess. Even though the delivery went smoothly, seeing Selena drenched in sweat scared me to death. I secretly got a vasectomy, swearing I'd never let her endure such pain again. When she found out, she hugged me and cried for what seemed like forever. Then she dragged me to a hotel and we stayed for 3 days. Karina's epilogue. When I got back to Beijing, I went to Jason and gave him 2 choices. Either he leaves the company or I do. Jason hugged me, saying he'd do anything as long as we stayed together, as long as I didn't leave him. I told him if he stayed with me, Victor would never forgive me. Jason was stunned, then got angry. Karina, you clearly love me already, so why push me away? Victor left because he knew your heart wasn't with him anymore. Felt like something was stuck in my throat, and everything tasted bitter. Then I started laughing, and that laughter quickly turned to tears. I was the one who gave Jason the illusion that I loved him. That's why he felt bold enough to hurt Victor. I can't even begin to imagine the pain Victor went through during those 3 years. I'm too scared to think about how I was the one who caused him all that pain. And all I ever wanted from the start was to marry him and live a happy life together. I don't think I'll ever be happy in the future without him.